Terrell, also known as Milk or White Boy from the Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips, which is a gang located on the west side of South Central Los Angeles.
While he faces a charge involving a gang-related shooting in South LA.
They also brought up Cameron's Washington Nationals logo on his chest, which was the clearest sign he repped the Rollin 90s.
In 2017, a young man named Cameron Terrell made national headlines when he crossed that boundary and stepped into the Rollin 90s.
In the heart of Los Angeles, where the streets whisper stories of struggle and survival, one name echoes through the alleys: Cameron Terrell. But it's not just his name that reverberates. It's the question that hangs heavy in the air. Why did Cameron Terrell join Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips? Picture a young man caught in the whirlwind of conflicting emotions, a maze of choices, and the desire for belonging. Growing up in a city divided by invisible lines drawn in fear and despair, Cameron felt the pull of two worlds tugging at his soul. On one side, the promise of privilege and opportunity, a life shielded by wealth and privilege. On the other, the raw reality of the streets, where survival means more than material comfort, and loyalty is currency. In the depths of his heart, Cameron yearned for acceptance, for a sense of brotherhood that transcended the boundaries of race and class. Despite the warnings echoing in his ears, despite the fear pulsing through his veins, he took a leap of faith into the unknown, into the embrace of the Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips. But his choice wasn't just about seeking protection or power. It was about finding a family in the midst of chaos, a tribe that understood his struggles and celebrated his victories. In the labyrinth of life, Cameron found solace in the arms of his newfound brothers, in the shared laughter and shared tears that bound them together. Yet, behind the bravado and the boldness, lies a young man grappling with the weight of his decisions, haunted by the consequences of his actions. For every step he takes on this path, he wonders if he's straying further from redemption or inching closer to his true self. So, as the world watches with bated breath, the question lingers in the air. Why did Cameron Terrell join Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips? Perhaps the answer lies not in the choices he made, but in the heart that guided him, seeking love and belonging in a world where hope flickers like a candle in the wind. Cameron Terrell comes from a family with a comfortable financial status. His family is well off, which means they have enough money to live comfortably and afford things they need. They might have a big house, nice cars, and other luxuries. Cameron's upbringing was in an affluent neighborhood, where he likely had access to good schools, resources, and opportunities. In terms of familial dynamics, Cameron probably had a supportive family environment. He likely had parents who were involved in his upbringing, providing guidance, support, and encouragement. His family might have emphasized the importance of education and personal development. During his early childhood, Cameron might have been exposed to various experiences that contributed to his growth and development. He might have been involved in extracurricular activities, such as sports or arts, which helped shape his interests and skills. As for Cameron's educational background, he likely attended prestigious schools that provided quality education. His academic performance might have been strong, indicating that he was a diligent student who worked hard to achieve his goals. He might have been involved in leadership roles or academic clubs, demonstrating his commitment to learning and personal growth. Throughout his schooling, Cameron may have encountered influential figures, such as teachers or mentors, who played a significant role in shaping his perspective and aspirations. These individuals might have provided guidance, inspiration, and support, helping him navigate challenges and pursue his dreams. Terrell's background and upbringing reflect a privileged yet supportive environment that contributed to his personal and academic development. His family's socioeconomic status, familial dynamics, and early experiences likely played a crucial role in shaping his journey and preparing him for future success. Terrell grew up in a neighborhood that had various socioeconomic factors influencing his life. The neighborhood he lived in was marked by diversity, with people from different backgrounds residing there. However, despite this diversity, There were also noticeable economic disparities and challenges that affected Terrell and his community. The neighborhood's demographics showed a mix of income levels, with some families being well off while others faced financial struggles. Terrell himself came from a family that was relatively affluent compared to some others in the area. However, even in such a mixed-income neighborhood, economic disparities were evident, leading to social tensions and disparities in opportunities. One of the key socioeconomic factors that likely influenced Terrell's life was the presence of gangs in his community. Economic disparities and lack of opportunities can often push young people towards joining gangs as a means of finding belonging, protection, or financial support. In neighborhoods where resources are limited and economic prospects are dim, gangs may seem like viable alternatives for some youth. Additionally, the lack of access to quality education and employment opportunities can further exacerbate the situation. Without proper support systems in place, young people like Terrell may find themselves drawn towards activities that offer a sense of purpose or identity, even if those activities are detrimental in the long run. Moreover, societal perceptions and stereotypes about certain communities can also contribute to the cycle of poverty and crime. Systemic issues such as racial discrimination and unequal access to resources can further marginalize already disadvantaged groups, making it even harder for individuals like Terrell to break free from the sickly. Terrell's attraction to gang culture, despite his privileged background, can be attributed to various factors. Despite having material wealth and opportunities, Terrell may have felt disconnected from his surroundings or lacked a sense of belonging. Gangs often provide a sense of community and belonging that may be lacking in other areas of a person's life. Peer groups and social circles play a significant role in shaping an individual's decisions, especially during adolescence when the need for acceptance and identity is strong. Terrell might have been influenced by friends or acquaintances who were already involved in gang activities. These social connections can create a sense of loyalty and camaraderie that makes it difficult for individuals to resist the allure of gang culture. Terrell was a teenager who lived in a neighborhood where gangs were common. He hung out with a group of friends who were involved in gang activities. These friends were like his family, and he wanted to fit in with them. He felt pressure to do what they did because he didn't want to be left out or seen as weak. Terrell's friends influenced him in many ways. They encouraged him to skip school, vandalize property, and even engage in violence. Terrell wanted to impress them and be accepted, so he went along with their ideas even though he knew they were wrong. He didn't want to be seen as different or be rejected by his peers. Being part of the gang gave Terrell a sense of belonging and identity. He felt like he was part of something important, and it gave him a purpose. However, he didn't realize the dangers of being involved with gangs until it was too late. Terrell's story shows how peer influence and the desire for acceptance can lead young people down the wrong path. It's important for teenagers to choose their friends wisely and not give in to peer pressure. Seeking acceptance and identity within a specific social group is natural, but it's crucial to find positive influences that support personal growth and well-being. Furthermore, psychological and emotional motivations can drive individuals towards gangs. Terrell might have been seeking validation, respect, or a sense of purpose that he felt was missing in his life. Gangs often provide a sense of identity and status, which can be appealing to someone grappling with feelings of insecurity or inadequacy. Additionally, the thrill of danger and excitement associated with gang activities can be enticing for some individuals. Terrell might have been drawn to the adrenaline rush and sense of power that comes with engaging in illegal or risky behaviors. Moreover, family dynamics and upbringing can also play a role in shaping one's attraction to gang culture. Terrell may have been exposed to violence, substance abuse, or other negative influences within his household, making gang involvement seem like a natural extension of his environment. Perhaps Terrell experienced neglect or abuse at home, leading him to seek support and acceptance elsewhere. Growing up in a challenging environment with little guidance or positive role models may have left him feeling lost and searching for a sense of belonging. Additionally, identity crises could have played a role. Teenagers often struggle with defining who they are and where they fit in society. Terrell might have felt disconnected from mainstream culture or struggled to find acceptance among his peers, making him susceptible to the allure of a gang where he could find a sense of identity and purpose. Emotional needs also likely played a significant role. Everyone desires to feel valued and respected. If Terrell lacked validation and support in his life, joining a gang may have seemed like a way to fill that void and gain recognition from his peers. His personal struggles and challenges, whether they stem from familial issues, identity crises, or emotional needs, likely contributed to his decision to seek belonging within a gang. Understanding these motivations can provide insight into his behavior and actions. Terrell's attraction to gang culture, despite his privileged background, can be attributed to a combination of factors including the influence of peer groups, psychological motivations, and the need for belonging and identity. Understanding these factors can help address the root causes of gang involvement and provide support and alternatives for individuals like Terrell to find fulfillment and success outside of gang culture. Gang culture, especially within communities like the Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips, holds a significant place in society. This group's history, activities, and influence shape not only their members, but also the broader community. To understand this culture, we delve into its origins, activities, and how various factors like media portrayal and societal perceptions may influence individuals like Terrell to join gangs. The Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips, often referred to as the R90s, trace their roots back to the early 1970s in south-central Los Angeles, California. They emerged amidst socioeconomic challenges, racial tensions, and limited opportunities for marginalized communities. Initially, they aimed to provide protection and support for their neighborhood against external threats. As the R90s evolved, their activities expanded beyond mere protection to include involvement in illegal enterprises such as drug extortion and violence. This shift reflected the socioeconomic realities faced by members who sought alternative means to survive and thrive in an environment marked by poverty and limited resources. The R90s exert a significant influence within their community through various means. Firstly, they establish control over territory, often through intimidation and violence, which allows them to operate illegal activities with minimal interference. This control extends to influencing local businesses, residents, and even law enforcement to some extent. Additionally, the R90s provide a sense of belonging and identity to their members, particularly to disenfranchised youth seeking camaraderie and support. Through their activities, they offer financial opportunities that may seem attractive to individuals facing economic hardships or limited prospects for advancement. However, this influence comes at a cost, as the R90's presence perpetuates a cycle of violence, crime, and fear within the community. Residents often live in constant fear of reprisal or becoming collateral damage in conflicts between rival gangs or law enforcement. Terrell's choices and involvement in gang culture may be influenced by various factors, including exposure to gang-related media, music, and societal perceptions. Media portrayals often romanticize or glamorize gang life, portraying it as a means of empowerment, respect, and financial gain. Moreover, music, particularly within genres like hip-hop, frequently glorifies gang culture, highlighting themes of street life, violence, and materialism. These narratives can shape the perceptions of impressionable individuals like Terrell, who may view gang involvement as a path to social status or validation. Societal perceptions of gang life also play a role, as marginalized communities may view gangs as a form of protection or empowerment in the face of systemic inequalities and discrimination. This perception can be reinforced by experiences of social exclusion, economic hardship, or limited access to legitimate opportunities for advancement. Understanding the cultural context and influence of gangs like the Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips requires examining their origins, activities, and impact within the community. Factors such as exposure to gang-related media, music, and societal perceptions contribute to individuals like Terrell's choices to join gangs. Addressing the root causes of gang involvement, including socioeconomic disparities and systemic injustices, is essential to breaking the cycle of violence and offering alternative paths for marginalized youth. The criminal justice system plays a vital role in maintaining law and order within society. It encompasses various legal proceedings that determine the guilt or innocence of individuals accused of committing crimes. In this detailed overview, we will explore the journey of Terrell through the criminal justice system, examining his arrest, trial, and sentencing in the context of broader societal factors such as racial dynamics, socioeconomic status, and legal representation. Additionally, we will delve into the legal consequences faced by Terrell and the ethical implications surrounding accountability and responsibility for one's actions. Terrell's involvement in a case led to his arrest by law enforcement authorities. The arrest marks the beginning of his encounter with the criminal justice system. During this phase, Terrell's rights were read to him, including the right to remain silent and the right to legal representation. However, the circumstances of his arrest may have been influenced by various factors, including his racial background and socioeconomic status. Research has shown that individuals from marginalized communities, especially people of color, may face disproportionate scrutiny and harsh treatment by law enforcement. Following his arrest, Terrell underwent legal proceedings, including arraignment, pretrial hearings, and the trial itself. Throughout these stages, Terrell's access to legal representation and the quality of his defense played a crucial role in shaping the outcome of his case. Unfortunately, individuals with limited financial resources often struggle to afford competent legal representation, which can significantly impact the fairness of the trial. In Terrell's case, his socioeconomic status may have hindered his ability to secure adequate legal counsel, potentially putting him at a disadvantage in court. The criminal justice system is not immune to the influence of racial biases and disparities. Studies have consistently shown that people of color, particularly African Americans, are disproportionately represented at every stage of the criminal justice process, from arrest to sentencing. Racial profiling, systemic discrimination, and implicit biases among law enforcement officials, prosecutors, and judges contribute to this disparity. As a result, individuals like Terrell may face harsher treatment and more severe penalties. The quality of legal representation can significantly impact the outcome of a criminal case. In Terrell's situation, his access to competent legal counsel may have been limited due to financial constraints. Public defenders, who are assigned to represent indigent defendants, often juggle heavy caseloads and may not have the resources or time to provide individualized attention to each case. This lack of adequate representation can undermine the defendant's ability to present a robust defense and secure a fair trial. Following the trial, Terrell received his sentencing, which could vary depending on the severity of the crime, aggravating factors, and mitigating circumstances. Sentencing aims to serve justice by imposing penalties that are proportional to the offense committed. However, disparities in sentencing outcomes persist, with people of color receiving harsher punishments compared to white individuals for similar offenses. Factors such as mandatory minimum sentences and sentencing guidelines contribute to these disparities, perpetuating injustices within the criminal justice system. Terrell faced legal consequences for his involvement in criminal activities, which may include imprisonment, probation, fines, or community service. The severity of the punishment is determined by the nature of the offense and the discretion of the judge. In cases involving violent crimes like the penalties can be particularly severe, often resulting in lengthy prison sentences. Additionally, Terrell may face collateral consequences, such as difficulty securing employment or housing due to his criminal record, further exacerbating the challenges he may encounter upon re-entering society. The criminal justice system raises ethical considerations regarding accountability and responsibility for one's actions. Regardless of one's background or circumstances, individuals must be held accountable for their behavior and face appropriate consequences for any harm inflicted on others. However, ethical dilemmas arise when considering the systemic inequalities and biases inherent within the criminal justice system. It prompts questions about fairness, equity, and the extent to which societal factors influence an individual's trajectory within the legal system. Terrell's journey through the criminal justice system underscores the complexities and challenges inherent within legal proceedings, particularly for individuals from marginalized communities. His experience highlights the pervasive influence of racial dynamics, socioeconomic status, and legal representation on the outcomes of criminal cases. Pathways to rehabilitation and redemption offer ways for people like Terrell to change their lives positively. These pathways help them leave behind negative behaviors and become productive members of society again. For someone like Terrell, who may have been involved in gangs or other harmful activities, rehabilitation is crucial. It provides a chance to break free from past mistakes and build a better future. Education plays a significant role in this process. By gaining knowledge and skills, individuals can open doors to new opportunities. Whether it's learning basic literacy or earning a degree, education empowers individuals to pursue meaningful careers and contribute to society. Mentorship is another vital component of rehabilitation. Having someone who guides and supports them can make a big difference in someone's journey toward redemption. Mentors provide advice, encouragement, and accountability, helping individuals stay on track and make positive choices. They serve as role models, showing that change is possible and offering guidance on how to navigate life's challenges. Support systems are also essential for individuals like Terrell. This includes family, friends, and community organizations that offer assistance and encouragement. These support networks provide a sense of belonging and help individuals stay connected to positive influences. They offer resources such as housing, employment assistance, and counseling services to help individuals rebuild their lives. Efforts towards rehabilitation and reintegration into society require a multifaceted approach. It involves addressing the root causes of criminal behavior, such as poverty, lack of opportunity, and social inequality. By providing education, mentorship, and support systems, society can help individuals like Terrell break the cycle of crime and lead fulfilling lives. Pathways to rehabilitation and redemption offer hope for individuals seeking to leave behind a life of crime. Through education, mentorship, and support systems, people like Terrell can transform their lives and become positive contributors to society. It's essential for communities to invest in these efforts to create a safer and more inclusive society for all. Terrell's case offers valuable lessons for society, shedding light on important issues like privilege, race, inequality, and the complexities surrounding youth involvement in gangs. One key lesson is the role of privilege in shaping individuals' life trajectories. Terrell's experience highlights how systemic inequalities can push marginalized youths toward gang involvement as a means of survival or belonging. Race also plays a significant role in Terrell's story, illustrating the disproportionate impact of gang-related activities on communities of color. The case underscores the need for addressing racial disparities in access to resources, opportunities, and justice systems. Furthermore, Terrell's involvement in a gang reflects broader societal challenges related to youth engagement. It highlights the vulnerabilities faced by young people, including lack of supportive environments, limited educational and economic opportunities, and exposure to violence and trauma. To prevent youth from joining gangs and address the root causes of such involvement, interventions and support systems must be multifaceted and community-centered. Firstly, investing in education and providing opportunities for skill building and personal development can steer youths away from gang activities. Mentorship programs, after-school activities, and vocational training can offer positive alternatives and support networks for at-risk youths. Moreover, addressing socioeconomic inequalities is crucial. This includes providing access to affordable housing, healthcare, and employment opportunities, as well as dismantling systemic barriers that perpetuate poverty and discrimination. Community-based initiatives focusing on violence prevention and conflict resolution can also play a vital role. These programs should involve a collaboration between law enforcement, community leaders, schools, and social service agencies to provide holistic support to at-risk youths and their families. Efforts to reform criminal justice systems to prioritize rehabilitation and reintegration over punitive measures are essential. This includes investing in diversion programs, restorative justice practices, and community re-entry support for individuals involved in gangs. Terrell's case prompts a deep reflection on the broader societal issues underlying youth gang involvement. By addressing systemic inequalities and implementing comprehensive support systems, we can work towards preventing youth from entering gangs and creating safer, more equitable communities for all. In the enigma of Cameron Terrell's journey lies a poignant truth. The quest for belonging transcends the boundaries of circumstance. His choice to join Rollin 90s Neighborhood Crips reflects not only the complexities of urban life, but also the universal longing for connection and purpose. As his story unfolds, we're reminded of the delicate dance between fate and free will, between the pull of society's expectations and the whisper of one's own heart. And so, amidst the shadows of uncertainty, Cameron's journey serves as a mirror for our own search for identity, empathy, and the elusive embrace of belonging.